I'm Dr. Kristen R. Bromley. This video series, which is part of my online music academy, specifically accompanies Chords and Harmony Books 1 and 2 from my Method Book series. Like all my books, this selection is available to purchase through Amazon and Google Play. For help, see the links in the description below. In the videos which are part of this specific course, I progress through the lessons in Chords and Harmony Books 1 and 2, explaining and demonstrating concepts and playing each of the songs and exercises contained therein, so you can hear how they sound and play them right along with me. You are of course welcome to view these videos with or without the book, but with the book you can work through all the songs and exercises, and in the process learn all the various types of chords used to play music on the guitar and master your chord playing abilities. Alright, let's get to jamming in this lesson. Hi there, welcome back. I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Happy to be helping you here in this online Guitar Academy course in conjunction with our Chords and Harmony Books 1 and 2 from the Method Series. In this lesson, lesson 20, we're going to be working on sus2 chords or suspended 2 chords. So in the last lesson, we learned about suspended 4 chords. Suspended 4 chords take the third of the chord and replace it with the fourth step of the scale that goes with that chord, which is a perfect fourth interval above the root. So kind of goes back to theory we talked about way in the first lesson of this book. So in this lesson we're learning about the sus2 chord or the suspended 2 chord, and in this one the third of the chord is replaced by the second step of the scale. And so a major second interval above the root. So in the key of C, that would be the D, D, C, D, which is what you have written there on page 133. The C, the D note, that's the 2, the major second above the root. And then we have a perfect fifth. So root, second, and fifth. It's not major, it's not minor, it's suspended. And it's suspended as a 2 chord. So I just played an A sus2. If I play a C sus2 as written there, I've got a C, D, G, C sus2. This one is less common than a sus4, and so when we see this written in our chord symbols, we're going to actually see the phrase sus2. So I'll have the root and then the phrase sus2. So C sus2, B flat sus2, F sharp sus2, those are some examples. You have more there towards the about a third the way down on page 133. You've got some different chord symbols examples there, but they all have the same essence. Root plus the phrase sus2, and we play sus2. Okay, so let's look at the chord form shapes. Like the last lesson, we've got examples in first position or open position, where we sometimes play these, and there's also the movable or bar chord form. Now, for these ones, the movable or bar chord form for the 6-string form takes quite a reach, and so it might not be your favorite chord. But let's look at the open position chords first. So A sus2, we take our ring finger off. The second step of the scale is 2 frets lower than a major third, or 1 fret lower if we were going from a minor chord. So when we have this major chord, our third is on that second string, second fret, so 2 frets lower takes us to the open string, and we get A sus2. If we were from A minor, it's 1 fret lower to the major second, so we get A sus2 that way. Great sounding chord. So we look at the C, different from the example that I showed, because we're going to play the D up top, but you could play it this open second string. We have 2 thirds here. We have the second fret of the 4th string is the third of the chord in a C chord, and as is the top string. So you could bring that top string down to D. So we're putting on the top string, we're putting a G instead, because we don't have a third in a sus2 chord. And because we've got that D up high, the one below can be left off, although it could be in there too. You could choose to leave that open. that fourth string open, or you can mute it by letting this finger just collapse on it a little bit. So you have C sus2, D sus2, index and third finger, we take our middle finger off. So this is where our third is, down 2 frets goes to the open string, so we get a D sus2. Just index and ring, or you could play it with index and note. You can finger them however you'd like to. E sus2, this one has the same fingering as B sus4, only we're going to use the low 6th string. So as the root, interestingly enough, we change which one is the root, and we get a sus2 versus a sus4 chord. So I have my open E string and then my index at the 2nd fret of the 5th string, ring finger at the 4th fret of the 4th string, and then my pinky at the 4th fret of the 3rd string, and the rest are open for E sus2. F sus2. My third is normally here at the 2nd fret of the 3rd string for an F chord, and I'm going to go 2 frets lower, so I get my open. So I'm barring the top 2 with my index, playing 3rd fret of the 4th string with my ring finger, and letting that 2nd string, or that 3rd string be open. And then G sus2. So on this one, it's like you can think of a G chord with all 4 fingers on, and then just move your index to the 2nd fret of the 3rd string and mute the 5th string. And that's a great way to play G sus2. These are one voicing option. As we've learned about voicings before, there are more than one way with it that we could play it, but that is a great way to play that one. And of course, you could have the open A string. It just kind of clutters it up, and so I take it out and don't have that 2 down there low. Alright, let's look at the movable shapes now. So we put a bar, and I'm going to do it just a little bit higher so it'll help make it easier for you to play this one. But if we go up to where we have B flat, for example, at the 6th frets, if we put our bar there, 6th fret, 6th string, there's my B flat. If I were to play my major chord, like so, I can't go 2 frets lower with this shape. You may have noted that on the E sus2 shape, we're like so, well, we're going to basically be putting a bar in front of that shape. So I have my bar here. I have to go 2 frets higher with my middle finger on the 5th string. So my middle finger's at the 8th fret for B flat, and then ring and pinky got to make it all the way up to the 10th and catch both of those. So it's quite a stretch. The higher you go, the less of a stretch it is. But it's a cool chord. And then we look at the 5th string form, which isn't too bad at all. We'll do it there at the same fret. So off E flat of the 5th string, we get the 5th string form. Looks like the A sus2. So we basically, from our what would be an E flat minor, we just take our middle finger off. Alrighty, so as we go through this lesson now, we're going to play some pop music progressions where we get to implement these, hear these in action over the next few pages. As I do, I will stick to almost entirely playing them in first position. There may be an occasion where we could throw in practicing them with the movable shapes, but we're going to spend our time mostly with the open forms. That's where I tend to play them the most, but we may try our luck playing this one. And of course, for further study, you can go through and practice each one of these progressions using movable chord shapes. Alright, so we're going to start with number 1. Okay, so here we are on page 133. We're going to do number 1, pop music progression U6. In this one, we need to play C add 9. This chord should be getting pretty familiar by now. We put our index, 2nd fret, 4th string, middle finger, 3rd fret, 5th string, and then ring and pinky on the top 2 strings at the 3rd fret. We got A minor, we should know that one. F sus2 is our new chord. So the easiest way to finger that F sus2, play our F chord that plays on the top 4 strings, take our middle finger off, make that 2nd string open, and we create that F sus2. The strumming pattern for this one is going to be down, up, mute, down, up, down, up, down, up, mute, down, up, down, up, down, up, mute, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, ready, and C add 9, A minor, F sus2, and G. Let's repeat. C add 9, A minor, F sus2, G. Again, C add 9, A minor, F sus2, G. Once more, C add 9, A minor, F sus2, G. We'll go back to C add 9 and end there. Alright, let's flip the page now. Page 134, we'll do number 2. Pop music progression V6. This one has the A sus2. The easiest way to find A sus2, find A minor, take your index finger off. Or find A major, take a finger off. Take and open up that second string from one of those 2 chords. And we create sus2. This one's in 3/4 time. And we're just going to use our down, down, up, 1, 2, up, 3, up, 1, 2, up, 3, up. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. A sus2. E minor. We got G, a D, and A sus2. Let's do it again. A sus2. E minor. We got the G, D, A sus2. If we want to play this one with movable chords, just to use it as an example, we put our index for the A, we have one clear up at the 5th fret, and we'd have to play this with the bar chord. Now that's quite a stretch, so it's not really the choice we're probably going to make. But we'd have that A sus2 there, and then we'd have our E minor barring off the 5th fret. We've got our A minor shape bar at the 7th fret, with the 5th string form and the E's on the 5th string at the 7th fret. Then we have a G and a D, and then back to that A sus2. Big, huge reaches, as there's a fret in between everything we have a finger on. So you got 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. A sus2. Then we got the E minor. We got the G, the D, and back to that A sus2. And the A sus2. And E minor. We got the G, the D, and the A sus2. Alrighty, and of course you can practice all the progressions if you'd like to in using the movable forms as well. By far I use sus2 chords in first position the most, or the 5th string form, but I will take and do just a couple of them here with you, a couple of these progressions with you doing that, but for the most part we'll do them in first position. However, for further study you're welcome to go through and practice those. Alright, let's look at number 3, pop music progression W6. Okay, so with this one we have a G sus2 chord. That's our new chord. If we were to play our 4-finger G, the easiest way to then turn that into a G sus2 is to take our index finger that's at the 2nd fret of the 5th string and move it to the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Then put the other fingers back. Middle at the 3rd fret of the 6th string, ring finger 3rd fret of the 2nd string, pinky 3rd fret of the 1st string. And I'm muting the 5th string now. So nice open sounding chord. All of these chords are really open and floaty in a sense. They just kind of sit in the clouds. They don't have this major or minor, they don't have tensions from the major or minor. They kind of have their own thing happening. tensions like major and minor chords, and they're definitely not like a dominant 7th chord that wants to go somewhere. So, kind of cool. Let's do this one, the string pattern: down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up. Totally familiar with that one. And here we go. 1, 2, ready, and we got G sus2 to D, to C, back to that G sus2, again G sus2 to D, C, and that G sus2. Now F and C, A minor, and D, and then back to the G sus2 to D, C, and G sus2. Alright, let's take a look at number 4 now. We're going to have D sus2. The easiest way to explore D, to make the D sus2 is to put a D chord down and take your middle finger off. You could also play D minor and take your index finger off. We have that top string open, so we have the open 4th string, and then the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then the open. This is in 3/4 time: down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. It's actually just like number 2, only in a different key. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. D sus2 to A minor. We got the C, G, the D sus2. Let's do it again. D sus2 to A minor. We got the C chord, the G, the D sus2. Okay, let's look at this one if we were to use the movable chords. So this is the one other one that I'll take a minute, and we'll look at the movable chords with it. So we have a D at the 5th fret of the 5th string, and since that's the A string, I'm going to use my A form or my 5th string form. So it's just like taking D minor and pulling your middle finger off, and then you've got D sus2. And then we should know where A minor is, there at the 5th fret, off the 6th string. And then we have a C at the 3rd fret, G at the 3rd fret, and back to D sus2. This one's a lot easier. When I have to play a movable chord as a sus2, I try very hard, unless I'm way up high where it doesn't matter if I have to reach across strings very much for that 6th string form. But otherwise, I try and do it with the 5th string form because it's very comfortable. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. D sus2 to A minor. We got the C chord, the G chord, back to D sus2. Again, D sus2, A minor, the C chord, the G chord, and the D sus2. And there. Okay, let's look at number 5 now. Pop music progression Y6. This one uses the G sus2, which we recently did, but also has C sus2. So for C sus2, you can kind of do a C add 9, and then just take your middle finger off and mute that string. It could be open, but it kind of clutters it, and so I like to mute it with this finger. So I have my middle finger, ring finger, and pinky all at the 3rd fret on the 5th string, 2nd and 1st strings, and then the open 3rd string, muted 4th string. You can finger it differently if you want to, but that's how I finger it. We also have the A sus2 again and the D sus2. This one's in 3/4 time. Down, down, up, 1, 2, up, 3, up, 1, 2, up, 3, up, 1, 2, up, 3, up. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. G sus2 to D. We got the C and the D and the C sus2 and A sus2. We got the D sus2 and back to G sus2. These sounds just kind of give you that at peace sort of feeling, like there's not a thing wrong in the world, except that they don't really go anywhere, so there's not a forward momentum from them, and maybe that creates a tension in and of itself after a while. All right, on page 135, we got number 6, pop music progression Z6. This one has the A sus2, F sus2, D sus2. It's going to use those ones intermixed with an E chord. We're in 4/4 time now, and we're going to use down, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up. 1, 2, up, 3, up, 4. Now, as we're doing this strumming pattern, it's going to feel longer than what we've been doing. We just did the last 2 and 3/4 time. Now we're putting an extra beat on a very similar strumming pattern. So down, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up. And that may throw you. We'll see. 1, 2, ready, and we have A sus2. Okay, let's look at number 7 now, pop music progression A7. On this one, we have the E sus2. So that's the first time we've used that one. So in a way, I put down a B power chord, but play the open strings around it. So my index finger is at the 2nd fret of the 5th string. My ring finger is at the 4th fret of the 4th string. And my pinky is at the 4th fret of the 3rd string. The rest of the strings are open. C sus2 we've played, and G sus2 we've done as well. And then all the other chords we've played before. We're going to have down, 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 up, 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 down, 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 up. 1, 2, here you go. 1, 2, ready, and E sus2 to the C sus2. Repeat, E sus2 to the C sus2. Going on, we got E sus2. Then we got B7 and the G sus2. Add 9 and D, and there on D. Alright, let's do number 8 now, pop music progression B7. We have the E sus2 in this one as well, D sus2, A sus2. These are all familiar to us. So we'll just go ahead and go for it. The strumming pattern goes down, up, mute, down, up, down, up, down, up, mute, down, up, down, up, down, up, mute, down, up, down, up, down, up, mute, down, up, down, up. Now, in a couple places, we've got 2 chords per bar. So remember, like bar 2, that we switch right after that slap. Down, up, slap, down. We're going to anticipate that chord change on the and of 2 rather than waiting for the and of 3. Here you go. 1, 2, ready, and E sus 2, D sus 2, A sus 2, E sus 2, D sus 2, A sus 2, E sus 2, D sus 2, A sus 2, D7, and E. Alright. Number 9, pop music progression C7. This one's in 6/8 time. Doesn't have any new chords for us. Just we're gonna have that G sus2, C sus2, D sus2, A sus2, and E sus2. We get to practice all of those. Isn't that great? And in 6/8 time, we got a down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, up, 3, up, 4, 5, up, 6, up. We'll take it a little faster though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jesus. C sus 2. Back to the G sus 2. F sus 2. G sus 2. Sus 2, A sus 2, E sus 2, and E sus 2. Now, I took it that fast because we're kind of in a 6/8 time feel. Let's take it slower now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. G sus 2. So make it easier to make these changes. C sus 2. Back to G sus 2. Then we got the F sus 2. And the G sus 2. To the D sus 2. That'd be a slow 6/8. So we're going to take it back up faster now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. G sus 2. To the C sus 2. And the G sus 2. And the F sus 2. Got the D sus 2, the A sus 2, the E sus 2, and the G sus 2. Hey, okay, let's flip over to page 136 now. We'll do number 10, pop music progression D7. This one doesn't have any new chords, but we're going to use a strumming pattern we haven't used for a while. So we're going to go down, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up. This goes across 2 measures. And when we change chords, if we have a chord for one measure and then the next measure has a different chord, we're going to be splitting that progression across those. We don't have any places where we have 2 chords per bar. So the only place that might be a little awkward with a chord change is going to be anticipating across the bar on the and of 4. So we have down, down, up, down, up, down, and then if we have a chord change coming, we're going to grab it on that and of 4, up, down, up, down, up. So for instance, we could do that. We will have to do that for the last 2 bars of the second line. So we're going to have this D sus 2 to this C sus 2. So we're going to go down, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up. It'll be just just like that. 1, 2, that part, and we'll have D sus2, C sus2. Alright, let's play this one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Up, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up. 1, 2, ready, and A sus2 to the C. Repeat, A sus2 to the C, to the D, C to the G. We've got the D sus2, C to D sus2, E sus2, A sus2 to the C. Repeat, A sus2 to the C, to the A sus2, and there. It's kind of fun. Let's look at number 11 now. Pop music progression E7. So we got G sus2. Then we're going to have C sus2, F sus2, D sus2, E sus2. We're going to have all those chords in this one. We're going to use the strumming pattern down, 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 up, 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 down, 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 up. 1, 2, ready, and we got G sus2, C sus2, to the F sus2, and D sus2, back to G sus2, and C sus2, and F sus2, and E sus2, D sus2. And the G sus2. Okay, let's look at number 12. It's the last progression in this lesson. On page 136 there, pop music progression F7. We haven't got any other chords. We've done all these chords at some point in this lesson. We're going to go down, up, mute, down, up, down, up, down, up, mute, down, up, down, up, down, up, slap down, up, down, up. 1, 2, ready, and F sus2, C sus2, F sus2, D sus2, F sus2, D sus2, G sus2, and C. Okay, we're going to turn over to page 137 now. We're actually going to look at how sus chords, we can have both the 4 and the 2 in the chord at the same time. So let's go there next. Okay, so here we are on page 137. We're going to talk about suspended fourth chords, or suspended chords, I should say, that have both the fourth and the second. So this isn't unusual. We might see the chord symbol say something like have the root and then have the phrase sus4 add 2, or sus4 add 9, or we could even just see sus add 9, or sus add 2, because the sus without the number 4 there is kind of the implied that it's the fourth one. So we could see C sus 4 add 2, or C sus add 2, F sharp sus add 2, B flat sus add 9. The 9 and the 2 are the same pitch in different octaves. A lot of times we're putting that 2 up high when we voice these chords, but not always. So these chords have the root, and then they have the fourth. I put that one next because they're kind of suspended. They are suspended. The third's being replaced by the fourth or the second. They're both there. So I put the fourth because that's kind of the one replacing the third more, and then we're adding that color of the 2 in there as well, or the ninth. It could be voiced up high, and then we have the perfect fifth. So the perfect fourth interval above the root, a major second or a major ninth interval above the root, and then the perfect fifth above the root, and of course we can double things as well. So these create the sus4 add 2 or sus4 add 9 chords. And sometimes these get played. Sometimes we see these sounds. So let's look at these chord forms. The A sus4 add 2, we end up taking another finger off. So now we just have one finger and the rest of the open strings muted 6th string. So A sus4 add 2. The D sus4 add 2 is very similar, only we're putting down a finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. E, we'll look at the F sus4 add 2. So back in the day our F sus4 was like so. Last lesson. Now we're adding the 2 up on top. So the 9th. It's like combining the sus4 and add 9 chord for F. We got the C sus4 add 2. Same kind of thing. We've kind of got C add 9 and we're taking and suspending it. What's really happening here. Add 9 chord that we're suspending. E sus4, same kind of thing. We've got the 9th on top, and we're suspending that 3rd up to the 4th, and we get E sus4 add 2 or 9. And then the G sus4 with the added 9th. Now on this one, the 9th is kind of here in the middle. And the sus4 is a higher, so those ones are together with the root down low. It just kind of depends on which voicing we're playing. The movable shapes. So we'll go up and do these at the 6th fret with B flat again. Kind of put us more in the middle of the neck. So B flat on the 6th string. Now there's more fingers that need to go down than we have strings. So what I do is if I ever play this one without playing it in open position, if I'm playing a bar chord version, I'm going to put my bar down. I'm going to take my middle finger and play both the 5th and the 4th strings. And I'm 2 frets higher than my bar. Then I put my ring finger in there and my pinky up on top. It's quite a grab. And of course the 5th string form is easier, so that's the one I usually try to use if I need it in bar chord form, if it's possible. Because it matches the A shape, so E flat, sus4 add 2, just has the one finger on close to the bar, so kind of easy. Now, to sort of master these, you could go back through exercises 1 through 12, replay them, and substitute all the sus2 chords for sus4 add 2 chords. So you could do that through this lesson to really get these down if you'd like to. I'm not going to take the time to do that with you. I will look at a couple exercises and kind of get you going, and then you're welcome to rewind on the video and play along with me, but substitute in the different chords. So let's look at number 10 on page 136. We're going to have an A, we normally have an A sus2, so we're going to replace that with the A sus4 add 2. So I just got my one finger down there. And we're going to have a D sus2, so we'll do the same thing. We'll make it the D sus4 add 2. And then we're going to have a C sus2, and we're going to make that C sus4 add 2. So like suspending that add 9 chord. And then we've got the G sus2. We're going to turn that one into a G sus4 add 2. And the E sus2 will make E sus4 add 2. And then we're back to the A sus2. As these are new chords, we'll just go ahead and use down, down, up, up, down, up. Kind of a common strumming pattern, so you don't have to worry about these new chords and the strumming pattern there. We'll just use this. You got 1, 2, ready, and A sus4 add 2. Now we got the C. Repeat. A sus4 add 2. Then the C. get a D sus4 add 2 and a C sus4 add 9, G sus4 add 9, D sus4 add 9. Then we got the A sus4 add 9 to the C. Repeat A sus4 add 9 to the C. And then going on A sus4 add 9. Alright, let's look at number 12 so we can practice with those same chords, but we'll get the F sus4 add 9, which was the chord that we missed out on last time. So number 12. We're going to have that one switching to the C. Also be in there where we're switching to the G and the E, so we get to practice a little bit of all of them. We'll go down, down, up, down, up with this one as well. So 1, 2, ready, and to the C, to the F, and then to the G. We got the F, and the E, and the G. We actually end on the real C. Couldn't get all those words in there with it, but those are the ones. So you could do that through the whole thing if you want to explore those chords a little more, or just kind of see them where they plug in. And you could also practice them with the movable chords that going through the lesson, numbers 1 through 12 as well. And that's a wrap on this lesson. So we've learned about sus2, and we've seen how we can add the 2 and the 4, make a sus chord that also has a sus4 chord that also has the 9th is probably the easiest and best way to think of that, or it's got the 2 as well. So in the next lesson, we're going to learn about dominant 7th chords that are suspended. So that's what we're going to do in lesson 21. Keep having fun, keep loving the guitar, and I'll see you then. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For help with other guitar playing skills, check out more of my method books and the numerous lessons available as part of my online academy here on YouTube. You can find more information about me and my products at kristenbromley.com. Take care.